Welcome back to Askewed Reviews. And today I had a viewer request for a film from the people who were involved in making it. And that would be the 2025 film Little Miss Sociopath. This is directed and written by Miv Evans. So this movie was a fun, quirky, dark comedy. Here's the concept for the film. We have our main character of Clem, or Clementine, who has had a bit of a rough upbringing with her father pretty much being subservient to her stepmother. So, unfortunately, one day her father passes away, and now she's stuck with just her stepmother. However, though, that changes a bit as she also has a medical issue, but is now needing to be taken care of completely by Clem. She then also finds it extremely difficult to not only take care of her stepmother, but also do her job at the pharmacy that she currently works at. Her stepmother has also become so hard to handle that all of her caregivers quit. So Clem then has to leave her job so she can actually take care of her stepmother. Luckily, though, she does have her new boyfriend Adam around to keep her company. Eventually, though, Clem's stepmother becomes way too much to handle, so she takes matters into her own hands and gets rid of her. Now, mentally, things are a lot better off for Clem now, not so much financially. So, her and Adam come up with an idea. They're going to have some elderly people who no longer have friends or family in their life come and stay as tenants in their new home. And as they take care of them, hopefully they can talk them into signing their wills over to them. It's from this point going forward that we really see this movie become the dark comedy film that it is. There are also a couple of moments that are pretty emotional as well. So, as for what I really liked about this film, I do enjoy the quirky characters, some of them much better than others, but in general, they all kind of just have their own flair to them. Also, throughout the majority of the film, we get to hear Clem's inner thoughts, and I like that it doesn't always work for every scene, but for the most part, I do think it works well. And lastly, I do actually really enjoy the story, or at least the concept for the story here, as it does become much more interesting as it does progress its way to the end. And now, here are some of the things that I wasn't a big fan of with this film. Number one, it took quite a while for me to really get into it and start to realize, hey, this is actually better than I thought it was going to be. Secondly, and probably my biggest issue, is for a lot of the characters and especially for the story, the pacing is really off at times. But like I said, by the end of the movie, I was okay with it. And then the last thing I'll talk about is the acting. So there definitely are some standouts that do a very good job, including Clem, but there are also some characters which are just kind of bland, but not terrible. So when it comes to this film, I was very close to giving this movie a 2 out of 5 through most of it. But about halfway, or just a little over halfway, I really did start to enjoy it much more, so I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. Now, if you want to check this one out, which I do recommend doing so, it is currently available to rent on Prime, Google Play, and YouTube Movies. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Askewed Reviews. First of all, I want to thank you so much to everyone involved with Little Miss Sociopath that allowed me an opportunity to watch this film myself. Secondly, if anyone else, or even anyone still connected with that film, has other movies that they can send a screener out for, I'd love to be able to watch it, do a review for you, and give you some extra publicity.